We're talking about astronomy apps because of the solar eclipse that's going to be happening in a few weeks, but there are many apps out there in case you want to get in on things as well.
Shelly Palmer is joining us now on set to break these all down for us. We're going to start with the one that we were just talking about, the one that I love, Skyview.
Yeah, Skyview is awesome. You just pointed at the sky.
Yeah, and it tells you where all the different constellations are.
It's going to tell you what everything is. But you know, on August 21st, we're going to have a total solar eclipse in the United States. Not here in New York, unfortunately. In New York, we're going to see a partial eclipse. It's going to start roughly 1:25, 1:23 in the afternoon. It's going to go to about 4 p.m. and most of the sun will be covered. But this is one of the rare times where the path of totality is going to pass all the way across the United States, which is super cool. It's going to start up in Oregon. It's going to come all the way across down to South Carolina. And people who live in that band, about 12 million people, are going to see the actual total eclipse where the moon completely makes the sun go away. There are a couple apps you can use if you're interested in it. We'll see a partial eclipse. It's going to be pretty cool because it doesn't happen that often. Right. Usually when a total eclipse shows up, it shows up over water or in a place where there aren't a lot of people. But here, we're going to get a chance in the tri-state area to see it. You can use all kinds of apps. You go in the App Store, you'll see an app called Eclipse 2017, very cleverly named. That's from the Smithsonian Institute. NASA's got one. There's one called Solar Eclipse. There's another one called Eclipse Safari, and they all basically do the same thing. You're going to see the path of the totality and then the path of the partial eclipse. It's people who've seen a total eclipse say it's life-changing. It doesn't really mean anything. Astrologers are making a big deal out of it. In a total eclipse, the moon is pretty big, and it actually covers the entire disk of the sun. So for about 2 minutes and 45 seconds, you will see just the corona, the sun's atmosphere. Different from an annular eclipse when the moon is a little further away and you see this sort of big gas ball around the sun. This is a total eclipse. It's going to be super awesome.
Science wasn't my strong suit in school.
Me neither.
So, Shelly, help me out. What is the difference between a solar and a lunar? And which one makes you blind or whatever?
Do not look at a solar eclipse ever without special glasses because you will be very sad when it happens. There is, during the total eclipse, which we will not see in New York, an opportunity to look at the sun and not get hurt. But just pretend I didn't say that. You must wear glasses or use a method called the projection method where you put a pinhole in a piece of cardboard and project it. A lunar eclipse is when the Earth passes between the sun is here, the Earth is here, and in the umbra of the Earth is the moon. And the Earth passes between the sun and the moon. And when that happens, you see, instead of the moon looking like it normally looks, you see the Earth's shadow come across the moon. That's a lunar eclipse. You can look at that all day long. They're quite beautiful, and they happen fairly regularly. A solar eclipse that we would see, a total eclipse of the sun, is relatively rare in the United States. It happens every few years. Next one, I think, is in 2024. And that is, of course, when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, and the moon covers the sun. So the moon itself comes in front of the sun and blocks the sunlight, and what we see is just the corona, just the outline of the sun's atmosphere. It's truly spectacular.
You can mimic his hand movements all you want.
I'm trying to learn.
Did you do well in science?
I did okay, I got to tell you. It was one of my favorite things, and astronomy. Astronomy is one of my favorite subjects.
But wait a minute, Sheldon. A lot of these places, South Carolina, Oregon, that little band there,
yes,
pretty rural. You know, so for people, we were talking about this, I believe, yesterday. What are they going to do for people where they may not have great cell phone service?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. These apps are relatively self-contained, and you don't need the app to enjoy the spectacle. Okay. About 12 million people live in that band. It's not particularly well populated, although they're saying that another 12 million people live in driving distance, so it may be one of the heaviest traffic days ever. They're looking to double the population inside the total eclipse band. Should be fun for everybody. Grab an app. You know what you should really do? Go to NASA, NASA.com. Have a good look. It's a great thing to learn about. We live in a very interesting solar system, in an insignificant part of a beautiful galaxy, in an insignificant part of a gigantic universe. And it makes you feel just a little humble when you look at these kind of astronomical events and they happen and you can just look with wonder. So do that. It's super fun.
He's like waxing poetic.
Oh my God, we were thinking the same thing.
Thank you, Shelly. This must be like Christmas and the Super Bowl combined for him and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
The sun goes this way, you know. So.
Yeah, no, don't forget the thing that passes in the middle.
I'll get you during the break. All right, coming up, everybody.